Esperanza Pense, donde la Esperanza Pense. Welcome to Esperanza Pense, where hope wins. How's it going? How's Virgo season going? Are you noticing the details? Are you noticing some details that are moving you deeply with that Venus opposing Pluto? It's just like, gosh, you know, you might just really, some stuff might come up, subconscious stuff, especially, you know, with there's eclipses happening in September. And this recent new moon that we had in Virgo was sort of like the ignition. Yeah, so we might be feeling a real call to either end things for good or start things for real. Let's put it that way. Virgo energy is great energy for being mentally flexible, for solving things, for using logic and reasoning, for becoming more dexterous, for finding solutions, for cleansing, detoxifying, reading the fine print, siblings, neighbors, people close to us. Virgo is ruled by the planet Mercury. As we've talked about many times in these videos, we show up all of the days, Monday through Friday, for our Quick Hit Tarot here. And I shuffle these cards and we tune into our intuitive guidance, because when we do that, then we're not fooled. Okay? I mean, maybe we are the fool, fumbling and bumbling our way through the 78 cards and the archetypes of life, you know, or however you perceive your life. A diamond with many facets, or a path with like a couple of forks in it, right? Or maybe a star map. How do you see your life? Like when you envision like the timeline of your life, like in your mind, like how do you see it? Sometimes for me, it's stars and galaxies. Sometimes it's big, it's Pisces. But sometimes it's really like minute, like Virgo, like a shopping list. You know what I mean? Like that's the difference between Pisces and Virgo. Pisces is like expansive, great beyond, almost a spiritual experience, and Virgo is a spiritual experience via the mundane, via the day-to-day, via the service, the sacrifice, the showing up, the how can I be useful. I better start shuffling so that we get a jumper, and if we don't get a jumper, I'll just pull a Quick Hit Tarot. I am trying to shuffle I'm getting better at it, opposite ways, because I think that's a good way for me to use the Uranus and Gemini energy. How about you? How do you want to use that energy? That energy gives you surprises in terms of information coming in and revelations, and it can also really aid you in doing new things and trying new things. Wow, we are not getting any jump. Okay, let's just pray over these cards for our Quick Hit Tarot. We're pulling in the energy for the 28th of August, 2025. Thanks. All right, let's see. Near past, present tense, near future. Thank you for fine-tuning your free will and intuition with me. How much fun is it when we see these synchronicities like showing up in life? Like we think something, then it happens, or we say something and then it, you know, it's fun to play with our own existence. It's fun to play with life, because life is playful in my experience. In near past, we got Sun reverse. Present tense, we got Seven of Wands. In the near future, we got the Chariot reverse. So we really got to like fight for what belongs to us. We really got to fight for our space. We're going to start with the present tense today. I usually go in order, but today we're going to start with the one upright card in our reading. Here, this is our reading. So we have the sun reversed in the near past. So like yesterday, the day before. You know what I'm saying? Like since these quick hits are just like daily readings, this is very just recent energy. So like yesterday, the day before, sun reversed. Present tense is going to be Seven of Wands. That's the only upright in our reading. And then the near future is going to be the Chariot reversed. So that's coming up in the next couple of days. We might find this kind of energy. So that's so interesting too, because in my life, this is literal. Like I have stuff with my car that needs to happen in the next like couple of days. That is so interesting. I mean, sometimes the tarot is not that deep. Sometimes it's very just like literal, like, hey, you gotta do this within the next couple of days. Or not you gotta, but like this is themes that are present, right? And it could reflect, it could not. Let me know in the comments if anything mirrors your experience. Sometimes it does, sometimes it might not. Oh, you know what? I really am struck by a Virgo that I really enjoy, Robert Phoenix. So I finally got a chance to go on the live this morning. I've had tech issues up the wazoo lately, and my internet connects when and where it wants to. So I'm not always like, sometimes I can go, I can leave a comment, but I can't always go and get live and stuff. But I think that if you're interested in astrology, like real astrology, that would be a good place to go. I also have channels myself, Esperanza Tarot, and many of you who come here also have channels of your own. I can think of Warlanda's Cup of Coffee with Scream, Kabuki Theater has a channel, Dead Wolf Resistance has a channel, Josie's Jazzy Junk has a channel, Liesel has a channel. We're all channels with channels, and you know, I encourage anybody that has an inkling to show their art in this way to give it a whirl, because it's kind of fun, you know. And I really appreciate Janice has a channel too. Janice Phillips, she sometimes uploads with her homesteading. Oh, love that. And and Christy Aphrodite, yes, she has a channel. There's a lot of people that are creative in this capacity, and I really appreciate your support in this community. So anyway, these cards for me are coming through in a mundane fashion because there are some T's and I's that need to be crossed and dotted as far as I'm concerned in my car arena. With the near past being the sun reversed, you know, when I see the sun reversed, that means like a restriction on our ability to let ourselves just like have some fun and be ourselves and be like the free child, let our inner child run free the way that we need to. Sorry, I'm filming it a little different today, so I can't really tell where the light's at because I can't see my face. I can just see the card. Maybe you can see my face, I don't know. But with the sun reverse, this is an energy of our ego not necessarily having the full capacity to be able to shine and relax and be comfortable being our naked self. You know, I noticed this in the sun card recently. That wall in the background, that's like that good fences make good neighbors energy. That's like, since I have good boundaries, like I am able to relax and have fun and feel free. But with this in reverse, not so much. Here, yeah. Here, we're childlike, we're playful, we're innocent. We don't even know that we're just disrobed, you know? The sun might be giving us the side eye. The horse might be like, oh, jeepers, put some underwear on, kid. Like, I don't want to have to deal with this. But this child is having the time of their life. But here, it's a little bit more restricted. Here, we have to kind of reel in our ego a little bit. Here, we might be rethinking and redoing the ways that we show up within our ego, within our, how we shine. You know, we might be rethinking how we shine, right? Because when we have inverted cards in the tarot, that's like when a planet is retrograde in astrology. It's very much more an internal exercise. And then as we work on that theme, okay, so as we work on our ego expression, as we work on how we're showing up in the same ways or differently, and we work on our athleticism, we work on how we have fun, we work on how we fly our flag, our individual, I call this our freak flag. You know, when this is inverted, that's stuff that's we're invited to work on. Now it's an invitation. We can RSVP yes or no. It doesn't really, you know. But like I said before, the only upright card in our reading today is the Seven of Wands upright. And Seven of Wands, as we will know, because it has shown up a lot in our tarot readings recently, and maybe it's my left-handed shuffling or whatever, but I'll tell you what, this card has shown up upright, reversed. The Seven of Wands, though, this is an energy of really, I mean, you're still maintaining the high ground. You're still protecting your space. You still have a place to work from. You still have a passion to hold on to. You're still vital. You're still healthy. I feel like wands are like chi. That's your life force energy, and it is what causes growth within, and you know what gets your heart started, sparked up, so you really feel like waking up in the morning and doing something. Passion, fire, and in the Seven of Wands, though, we have to really, really work to keep that space so that we can keep creating, and we have to fend off kind of like this haterade energy, right? Because that Six of Wands, you know, remember in the Six of Wands where we were like coming back into our town, maybe into our hometown, right? With a few victories, but there's still like that person giving us the side eye. Now we have to actively like maintain what we have achieved. Like in the Six, we've brought balance, we've achieved, we've proven. In the Seven, oh my gosh, we have to justify, we have to fend for ourselves, okay? We have to fend off even, okay? And then with the Chariot reverse in the near future, I would just say, like, just make sure that, like, all of your stuff is up to date and that you're getting your oil changes the way that you need to, that, you know, anything to do with your car or short distance travel. The Chariot, it's a major arcana card, but sometimes it can deal with, like I said, the mundane, the day-to-day things, like just how do you commute and how do you drive? How do you drive? How do you drive yourself on your path? And how are you driven and what drives you? You know what I mean? So with this inverted, that could be a question. That could be a meditation. What drives me? How am I driven? How driven am I? What do I feel driven to do? And how can I cross, like, sorry, like I said, I'm not used to filming like this, but I'm trying new things, you know, with the Uranus and Gemini. I'm going to try to like film my face, you know, and, but I really like, during these quick hits tarot, I like to let the cards speak for themselves, but usually on the moon tarots, I'll show my face and talk. But I'm trying new stuff. Like on my other channel, I just made a video. I haven't dropped it yet because I haven't uploaded it yet because my freaking devices, plural, they have, and I updated, I'm on the latest update, but for some reason it does not agree with my internet provider. So, I mean, spectrum. Like, I'll dog everybody equally. But anyway, with the Chariot upright, we're achieving victory because we can balance our path and we can cross this river, is what I was going to say in the background. This river. I don't even know if you can see that. The way that the water is calm, and the what is familiar, what is that kingdom that we used to live in, and we're willing to chart our own path forward and leave the familiar behind, right? Because we have the power in our hands, and even though the chariot's not moving, it's maybe the mechanizations, maybe everything is moving around it, and maybe it understands, where it belongs. The chariot is 7, the star is 17. There's a lot of star symbolism here. And so with the chariot reverse, we might just be stalled a little bit. And we might be reconsidering how we chart our path and how we cross through the sphinxes. Gosh, this week and last, I've just really been getting like that vision from the Never-Ending Story where he has to cross through the sphinxes. Shoot, I might drop that little thing again, that little edit, But yeah, we might be really reconsidering what thresholds we need to cross to determine our reality and our victories within this reality. All right, that's what I got for you for today, the 28th of August, 2025. Thank you. I am very honored and grateful that you're here and sharing this art. This is my art. You know what I mean? Like, this is like, they say it's a craft. Maybe it's my craft. Maybe it's my way. But I appreciate your support on my path to achieving victory. Thanks a lot. All right. Love you. Bye-bye now.